No.
Do you think you can do it justice?
No.
No.
That isn't what this is about.
You're going to show them how to do it. How to achieve the look.
What'd you use?
You can't cheat.
Oh, well, shit.
Yeah, do you like it?
It looks pretty. I like it. You used something with shimmer on your eyes.
Good start. All right, guys. So I'm going to let him just have at it. I'm going to edit the video, and then he's going to handle the audio.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. Probably horrible, but it'll be interesting.
A bit more color.
A bit more color.
All right. I hope you enjoy it. Give it a thumbs up if you do.
Yeah.
He hates when I do that. I know. Yeah.
Hey girl! So we're going to do a makeup look today. We're going to go ahead and start ourselves off by caking through some of this lotion on myself. Make sure you get it all spread around every nook and little cranny you got there. So now that we've got that generously applied across our face, we're going to go ahead and use some primer water, and you're just going to rinse yourself down like you just got out the shower wet. Now, we're going to take some little silly putty we got stashed away here real quick, and we're just going to start dabbing this all over our face. We're going for a tribal war paint kind of thing. We're going to war with our beauty today. Then we're just going to spread this around like you're putting some butter on toast. And we're gonna kind of generously just dab it all over your face. Keep going until you got everything covered up and you got everything looking all spankalicious. We'll move on to our next step. The next step, we're gonna take this big old bushy brush and we're gonna drop a load of whatever this foundation is on it, like a dog at the park. Then we're just going to smear this through. Make sure you get it evenly spread out along your face. Once again, butter on a toast is the technique that we're going for today. And if you're this fast, this shouldn't take you this long. So we're just going to keep on going, even it out both sides. Yes, I talked to myself. And now we're going to move on to a beauty blender. So we're going to go ahead and conceal ourselves. We're going to conceal ourselves with our natural woman beauty-esque. Once again, war paint. Oh, we're going to put a little leaf on our face, a little bush on the top of our forehead. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to blend that out with a wet beauty blender. Make sure you just keep going and spreading it out, butter on toast style. Don't want to leave anybody off on the techniques that we're using here today. Now we're going to take some Mercier powder and we're just going to try and dust ourselves in. Using our beauty blender, we're just going to smash this on. Just smash it all into those pores to where you can't even see them anymore. Invisible pores. Make sure you don't get that in your eye. That looks like that would suck. And we're going to speed this through a little bit because if you've seen one eye, you've seen them all. A little bit on the chin, a little bit on the forehead. Take your big brush and really set that in there. Once again, don't stick that in your eye. That'll suck. We're going to go ahead and use the Everything Nice palette, which we're going to use a Christmas-themed palette in the spring. And we're going to use our Morphe G something or other brush. We're just going to bronze the shit out of that. Go to the top part of your ear and just smash that down to your smile line. So imagine if you were the Joker, you'd start where your smile starts there and take that all the way to the top of your ear, dust through your forehead, because you got to contour your forehead. You don't want to be looking like no freaking alien from outer space, Conehead movie style. Now we're going to take this little blush thing. I bought it because it's cute. It looks like a little rosebud. We're just going to dust our little thing through, knock off your excess. Don't go in with the excess. You will end up looking like one of those crappy roses at the store that's all falling apart with shit hanging all over it. Now go back in with your beauty blender and you're gonna just make yourself an elongated smile that goes to your ear. Now, the reason why we're doing this is because deep down inside, this is gonna give us the appearance that we're just smiling all day long. and by really shaping that contour and making my face stick up. So even if you got that resting bitch face, this will fix that in a hurry. Now we're going to go ahead and use some mustache bleach, or whatever we're doing here. You know those hairs on my nose, those things get a little dark nowadays. And just clean your goddamn self up. Now we're going to go back in here and we're just going to dust off our happy smile face look thing for underneath our contour. Give yourself a little looky-loo. Slow yourself down and really just take a look at the products that you have and enjoy them, and then just slap some shit on the top part of your eye. It's going to help. Next, we're going to go with another Christmas-themed palette here because I'm confused. And I'm going to grab some eggnog. And why we would ever put eggnog on our eyes, we have no idea. No one's drinking us or anything like that. But we're going to go in here and we're just going to hue this up and add a little bit of color to the top part of our eye. Really get it in there. Just pretend you're, the sun is setting upon your eye there. And dust that through. Make sure you give yourself a little bit of a corner because we're going to blend the shit out of it later. Don't worry about those harsh lines now. Tap away that extra white shit and get it underneath your brow because you don't want your brows in your eyes. And you don't want it to look like that shit's falling in your eyes. If your stuff is that bad, you need to be plucking before this stage. I most recently did that, so I'm good. Now we're going to go back in with another color here to add some dimension. And we're going to keep that on the crease of the eye. And we're just going to keep poking it through. I know it looks like nothing actually changes when I do this. But, it does. It makes me feel better about myself. Even though I'm just going to sit here and do this about 18 times. Alright, now we're going to go in and we're going to grab some green. Because green and brown give you a real sickly poop look. And we're going to go ahead and just bring that out across the line. Once again, elongating the sunset onto a nice green lush island off in the distance is what I was thinking here. And I'm still thinking about it. Yeah, okay, I decided that's going to be a good one. So we're going to keep going with that. Bring it up a little bit because it's hazy in the distance and that little view of that sunset we're going for here. And just keep working it through. Once again, it looks like I'm not really doing anything here. I'm just going to keep poking. It's more of an aesthetically pleasing to faking myself out. And that's what this is all about. And just remember, guys, makeup is what you make it. So if you're going to sit there and just keep fine-tuning yourself, you're going to feel better about it later. Alright, we're going to take some charcoal, some glittery charcoal. This is going to add an extra dimension of some shimmer upon that eye, that sunset that we're going for. It's the stars poking through as the sun cascades down across the ocean, which is your eye. And I just felt like that brush really didn't pick it up, so I'm just going to slam a whole bunch of this on my finger and I'm just going to smear that shit. I'm just going to get it really pigmented across my eye there and just kind of cover up all that shit I did before. Layering it through and just making sure that bottom layer isn't really being able to be seen, can cover up things, or if you change your mind. I'm going to go ahead and wet my brush a little bit with some Fix Plus, and then I'm going to take just some of this shimmer, all by itself shimmer, and I am going to try and put it in the corner of my eye. Now, if some of this gets in your eye, that's just beauty pain, and beauty pain is part of looking damn good. So if you get some of that shit in your eye, you don't worry about it, you just go with it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take some of this eyeliner, and once again, I am just going to define the top of my eyelid there just to make sure that everything is nice and tidy and nothing's falling down, and it gives my eye that real break so I can work on the bottom and keep the top separate. God damn, I look good. Now, I'm going to go back in with that green, and I am just going to lay down some of this on the bottom part of the eye because, shit, why not? I haven't used this color, let's get at that too. It's all in one palette, so it's supposed to go together. Or at least that's the theory of why I buy these things. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Too Faced Brow Envy, and I'm going to fix this shit. Because these brows, as we all know, they get out of control. You've seen my vlogs. Sometimes this shit is not pointing east and west. It is straight north and southing on my face. And shit gets crazy. So I'm going to tame these beasts down, give myself a little thicker look to it, and also straighten it out. Get in there with that little spoolie brush. It's only got 2 little things on it, so it's really just going to straighten out those hairs. Now, if your shit's crazy like mine, and it wasn't defined enough, I'm going to go in here with a little bit of this caulking that comes in the last little kit thing in here. It really just makes that shit pointy at the end. I'm gonna go in with the eye stabber. Now this thing looks like a Chinese torturing device, and it could be in the wrong hands. But I'm gonna go ahead and crimp those eyelashes, and I'm gonna try and get them to poof up, if I will, through the irritation of that. And because you know your shit ain't good enough, you putting on those Demi Wispies, girl. Now Demi Wispies are a little tricky to put on. You gotta put a whole bunch of glue on there that's all white, and then you gotta cake that to the top of your eye. Now make sure you don't close your eye while you're doing this, or your shit will be stuck closed. It is gonna dry clear, so we're not really worried about how horrible this looks right now. And just keep shifting this around until it's comfortable and it's not stabbing you in the damn eye. Now take the next little device here and really just grab those itty bitty little wispies on the under part of your eye and put some black shit on it. Now that's black shit hurts in your eye, don't get it in there. Rub them lips, girl. You don't want none of that cakey shit that you woke up with on your lips. Get that shit out of there. You don't want to have that cakey lip syndrome. Try and kiss your man, that shit come off, he throw up. It goes bad. Now we're gonna go ahead and take some of this liquid lipstick. Cake this shit on. It dries nice and dry, so nothing's gonna come off later for whatever activity you decide to do with your mouth. Now really get in there on the corners and shape that top part of your eye underneath the Cupid's bow. And just keep caking it. You know it looks good, and guys are gonna look at everything else, but you want them to see those lips. You want them to be attracted to that mouth. Ooh, girl. Now give yourself a kissy face and the crazy eyes. And give yourself a little twirl in the hair, and you look yourself in the damn mirror and you say, bitch, I am ready to go today. And if you like this video, please subscribe, and guess what? I have a pig. You guys have a good one, and we will see you soon. Subscribe if you haven't already. Alright, bye everybody. Yeah!